Hi, welcome back to the Lift and Glow Fitness Podcast. I'm here today with Charlie and Jenny, and we're going to talk about consistency. I feel like consistency is one of the biggest battles that women struggle with, whether it's being consistent with your diet, consistent with the gym, consistent with your habits, consistent at anything really. Consistency in any form of life, I think, is really, really hard. I find it really really hard to be consistent with keeping on top of the house, really hard to be consistent with all the small little things, work even, what we were talking about social media yesterday. So like consistency in general is really challenging. So I thought it'd be, we've spoke about it many times before, but I think it'd be a good one to refresh everyone on. So what does consistency mean to you? What's it look like? What does it look like to be consistent?
I was about to say just being
being consistent. Just do it.
Just like for me, being consistent, being in my routine and like staying with the same habits that I'm doing daily. That's just my consistency. And if I don't have consistency and I don't have routine, then my life's a shambles basically.
Yeah.
So I feel like with consistency, it could be like you said, it could be with anything really, but having things that you implement day to day in your life and being consistent with it, constantly doing them things, that's what I'd say consistency is.
So when you say routine, does that mean that each week pretty much looks
The same.
Yeah.
Literally like down to the days that I train. That's my consistency when it comes to like my fitness routine. I have the same days each week, the same times, the same classes that I do with Lift and Glow. The same meals. This doesn't apply to everyone, but this is how I stay consistent with the same meals until I get bored from them. And like even with that social media thing we were talking about, certain days, it's just having a diary constantly, isn't it? And just being the same every week. That's what I'd say.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I was going to say the same. So like meals, like I feel like meals is such a good one.
Yeah.
I feel like rather than changing it up every day, which I feel like sometimes when you first start on your fitness journey, I think a lot of people think, oh, I need to be having something different every day, trying to like include all different things when you don't. You just really need a good routine of keeping things the same. I feel like we've said the same.
Yeah,
but
the same.
genuinely
That's
is.
what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I think consistency feels very different to what it looks like. So I feel like people think consistency is really easy. So they might look, our members at the gym who are finding consistency at the gym really hard, they might look at us and be like, oh, it's just easy for them. And I'm like, but it actually isn't easy. We've just put all of the things in place to make it easy.
Yeah.
So like we've said, doing your workouts at the same time each week, doing your, social media at the same time each week, or like having the same meals each time each week. It still feels challenging, but you're just intentional about doing it.
Yeah. I think with being consistent as well, you need to find a routine that works for you. So if you're trying to be consistent, but your work life's chaotic, your work shifts, let's say, like obviously it probably is easy for people who can set in certain like days and times and stuff, but like for some people they probably do struggle with consistency. But it's about finding days and times and things for having that time to plan your meals beforehand, having that time to schedule your walks in, your workouts in, like things like that. People might see it's easy to us, but we've just mastered our little routine by now.
Yeah.
So it's about your routine. I think it's a big thing.
Yeah, you mentioned shift workers there, but I think with the shift workers that I work with, it's like having a week, a B week, and if you need to, a C week. So this is what you do on day shifts, this is what you do on night shifts, this is what you do on late, and having those, it's still routine, but it's just
routine. But I think people who, let's say, do shift work, they probably look at people who have got a consistent route, like day to day,
and they think they can't be consistent because
but
it's
you
not
can.
repetitive.
You've just got to find the routine that's right for you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, if we want to be healthy, if we want to get results, consistency is the biggest barrier. I find that people get really excited about starting something new. So like in the last week, I've took on 2 new online clients and like a couple of new members for the gym. And like, I'm already sensing that they're excited, they're buzzing, but it's easy at the start. Because when you've like signed up to do something, you've got this high level of motivation and you're like, right, I'm excited to start. This is the thing that I'm gonna, do. And I'm really like keen and I'm really up for it. But then I always call it the danger zone. So I think like week 3, week 4 is the danger zone for most people. Yeah. because of that, I find that once you've done a few weeks and you're like, oh, this is actually quite hard, and oh, this is taking quite a bit of effort, and I haven't lost a stone yet. It's then that we start seeing people, oh, I've cancelled the session, or oh, I've worked late when you haven't, you've just gone home and got a chippy. Or like, I don't know, the meals start to slip, or maybe your period comes, or you had a stressful day in work. And I feel like those little blips throw them off really easily when they're in that danger zone. And it's about realising that that's actually meant to be the hard bit.
Yeah.
And being consistent's a long-term process. It's not just for like the 3 weeks of you enjoying it and then it slips out of routine. Like you've got to be consistent with it.
You can't be consistent in 3 weeks. That's
what I mean. But I think that's where people get confused and go, I've been smashing it.
Yeah.
You know, why aren't I seeing this? And then they think because they've been consistent for them 3 weeks, then that's okay. But it's a long process. Like it goes into your day-to-day life. Like that is your habits. Like being consistent with them will get you long-term results.
It's motivation, isn't it? Like I feel like people get caught up on the word motivation too much. You don't need to you won't have motivation every day. You just need to really want to get to where you want to be, and you need to stay disciplined, especially in the times where you don't feel motivated. That's the worst bit.
And don't you always realise that when you can't be bothered to do something, like when you can't be bothered to cook that meal, when you can't be bothered to go to the gym, when you can't be bothered, I always refer to cleaning the bathroom because it's my worst task in life.
It's
like,
a horrible
not
job.
gonna lie, I hate it. And like all those like horrible tasks or something that you just really don't want to do and you have to psych yourself up for, how good do you feel after it?
Yeah.
So the motivation comes after doing the hard thing.
Yeah.
But I am really glad that you mentioned motivation and discipline, because those are really what keep you consistent. Like the not relying on motivation and having the discipline just to do it. Because I think because it feels exciting and you have that motivation at the start, people think, oh, this is what I need. This is how I'm supposed to feel all the time. But it is boring to keep showing up, and it is tough to keep showing up, and it isn't meant to be exciting. I don't find like it's not exciting, it's not thrilling for me. Sometimes I'm really keen to go to the gym and I love it, but other times I'm like, oh, it's just a box I'm going to tick, or going for the walk is another box that I've got to tick. It's not like something I'm really excited to do every day.
But you know how good it's going to make you feel once it's done, and that's what you've got to keep reminding yourself, isn't it?
Yeah,
like
it's
me.
just like, wasn't it, did you share something like a healthy habits is like a love letter to your future self?
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
Like
I did the other day.
And I really like that because you don't always feel the benefit. You do feel those little dopamine hits in the moment. So you get the dopamine after the workout, you get the dopamine after the walk, you get the dopamine after chopping an onion that you didn't want to fucking chop. Like you get those little dopamine hits, but the real like reward comes from the 3 months of you down the line.
Yeah, that's
doesn't it?
Yeah.
But you have to get to that 3 months to be there. So yeah, I think consistency generally is one of the hardest things. And I think that it's building routines is definitely key with it.
Yeah.
So I think that was probably the first thing that I would say is like try and build some sort of routine. It is something that a lot of women struggle with. Like I was speaking to one of my clients today and she's like, oh, I might just make it to one of the 7 p.m. tonight. I'm like, that's not the attitude or mindset of someone who has success with their health and fitness. Someone who's successful with their health and fitness puts it at the top of the pile.
Yeah.
And okay, you've got kids and okay, you've got your job, but you're a better mum and you're a better at your job.
You've really got to prioritise yourself and prioritise your health.
And it's hard to do. And I think as well, like for mums, obviously we're not mums, we don't know how it feels, but it's trying to make sure you do go top of the pile.
Yeah.
Even in the slightest way. Maybe you've got to come to 6 a.m.s.
Yeah.
Maybe
like sometimes there's just got to be a sacrifice in order to be consistent and get to where you want to be.
That's it. And it's like you have to have the mindset of I'm going to keep doing this thing and I'm going to find a way of doing this thing. You've got to be like really relentless with it. Yeah. Otherwise it'll just like slip away. It'll just fall away too easily.
Yeah. And I think when it comes to routine as well, like obviously I was saying like I have set days. Sometimes like it's not going to go to plan. Like I might have a day where, you know, something might come up and I can't make that class, let's say, and that probably happens with a lot of people. But then that's where people hit the fuck it button and go, okay, well, I couldn't go yesterday, so, you know, I'll just train next week. But that's not consistency either. Like I know we're saying about routine, your routine might not go to plan every single day, but you've still got to find another day to then be consistent with it.
Definitely.
Like,
So that's the difference between perfection and consistency.
Yeah.
So you know those images that they share on Instagram, whereas this looks like this. People think consistency is this,
but
and it's like 4 weeks of
Yeah.
tick, 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 tick,
Yeah.
tick, 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 tick. Every day is ticked. People think that's consistency, but it's not.
It's not.
Consistency
That's
is
not
like
life.
2 weeks and then you miss it. No, 2 weeks, sorry. 2 days, then you miss it. 3 days, then you miss it. 2
Yeah.
days, then you miss
Yeah.
it. And it's like being okay with only being able to show up like 80% of the time, 70% of the time.
Yeah.
And like a lot of, I do think, obviously we work with women, so I've got a distorted reality with this, but I do think that women struggle with consistency more because they want to be perfect.
Yeah.
They want to get it right all the time, every single time.
And then really beat themselves up.
Really
if like
beat
a day
themselves
doesn't go
up.
to plan and oh my God, I didn't go to the gym today.
Yeah.
But then don't actually think, okay, well, can you just, I always say to people, focus on, okay, if today didn't go right, then tomorrow be like 1% better than you did just yesterday.
Yeah.
So like if your day didn't go to plan and, you know, you're going to hit the fuck up button and then be like, oh, you know, I won't go to the gym till next week. Always think, well, that next day, what could I do that didn't go to plan the day before?
Yeah.
And that is a part of being consistent. Like, you know, if you can't go to the gym, then okay, go on a big walk or like even a little walk, just get some movement in. And then the day after that, what could I do better than that? And just, you're constantly pushing to get to your goal and a little bit better and a little bit more. But sometimes that might be like your best could be a little bit that day, but it doesn't mean the next day is going to be the same.
It doesn't mean you're a failure if
you're
not perfect. Like if you've got a habit on your app and it's like get 7K steps a day, but on Wednesday your kid's sick, you've got meetings back to back and you just can't get outside the house, then that's okay to miss that day. But the next day you can wake up and have another go. And maybe the next day you only get 5K steps, but so what?
But it's better than the day before anyway.
Something. So I think that is a huge thing for people to remember, that it isn't about perfection and it is about missing it sometimes.
Yeah.
So even if I look at my week last week, I was meant to, my normal training is to train on Friday. Didn't train, didn't feel up to it. So I didn't. And it's like, well, I didn't just go, right, fuck it, I'm going to eat and drink and not train at all now until next week. It was just, okay, just.
And the world didn't end just because you missed that one day, but then you got back into your routine. Do you know what I mean?
But that is the power of consistency because it all your efforts accumulate over time. So one missed workout really doesn't matter. One missed walk, 2 missed walks in a week really doesn't matter. I think what I often try to say to clients who are really, really struggling to tick all the boxes, I'll be like, just give me 4 days out of 7 where you hit your protein.
Yeah.
Give me 5 days out of 7 where you get your steps. Like stop trying to be perfect.
To be perfect every single day, because that's not life. Like,
well, it's just setting you up to fail.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I always like to, so Fran always laughs at me for saying this. He's like, it's like popping the tires. So there's like 2 analogies I use for like perfectionism, and like this all or nothing kind of on track, off track mentality is that like if you're driving down the road and you've got a flatty, you don't just get out and pop the other 3 tires because you're like, oh, well, fuck it, may as well. I'm going to the tyre shop anyway. So I'll just drop 800 quid instead of 200 quid and whatever. Or the other thing is like if you're making your coffee and you spill a little bit of milk, you don't just pour the whole jug of milk like all over the floor because it's like, oh, fuck it. Like I may as well go and buy more milk anyway. It's just, it's like that type of thing. You need to try and remember that those little things, those little hiccups, it's just part of the process.
Yeah.
It's part of doing it for the long term.
Yeah.
Let's go back to like how long it actually takes to be consistent. So when would you actually say to a client, you've been, like I wouldn't say, I'd say you've been on it, you ticked your things off this week, or it takes me, it's not 3 weeks.
No.
To me.
No.
I think like if you have 2 weeks on, 1 week off, 3 weeks on, 2 weeks off, you're not consistent. You're the definition of not consistent.
Yeah.
You are stop and start.
Yeah.
If you have 3 months of intensity and then you disappear for 6 months, you're not consistent.
No.
So like, what is it? What is consistency? Like, what is the frequency? How long? Like,
well, I feel like a lot of people think if they do like, say if they're training and they train for like 5 days 1 week and then they're doing 1 day another week and then they do another 6 days, that's not consistent. You'd rather be doing like 3 days a week consistently for a long period, like for quite a long period of time. But yeah, I just feel like a lot of people think into it too much and like as we were saying, get that motivation before and go, oh, I'm just going to do 6 days this week.
intense.
And then they think, oh, like last week I done 6 days, I'll just do 1 day or 2 days.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get anywhere by doing that.
But they're really good at being intense.
Yeah, that's all like
And
the
not
all or nothing
consistent.
mentality. Isn't
Yeah.
it? And as well, like that is not consistency, because if you're planning on training like 7 days a week, once you've done them 7 days, you're burnt out. So you cannot keep that consistency up. Do you know what I mean? It's not doable. So it's like you've got to think of it, like you said, Charles, like 3 to 4 days each week. When I've got a client who's like been with me for I'd say 2-3 months, consistent, showing up at classes and every week, always making sure that they're booking on the classes, you know, coming to the PT sessions, not having time off and on, starting and stopping. That's consistency. And then over the time, they just continue to be consistent. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How many times have we said consistent?
I was literally thinking.
Do a shock game if you listen to this podcast. Every time we say the same or consistent.
We said something else as well, consistent and...
Where did they say?
Might have just been
Same,
consistent. To be
Have
fair.
you heard of that drinking game? So I watched Harry Potter last night. Have you heard of the drinking game where every time Snape comes on the screen?
No.
Fran was talking about it yesterday. He sent me some reel about it. I was like, I'm not doing it.
We
Like,
should do that on our night out.
Rotten.
he always says I talk like Snape, you know. It's literally one of the most offensive things anyone's ever said to me.
I don't think you talk like Snape. I am crying.
It's because I'll be like,
am
he'll
crying.
say something and I'll be like, well,
Well, Harry Potter.
or like, I'll be like, actually, and he's like, oh, you're just like Snape. I can't think of something else that I said. I did it last night, and he was like, and he proper goes into Snape and takes the piss.
I love Harry Potter. When I see you watching it, I was like, I could go
What
home
I
and
am
watch this right
consistent
now.
with is watching Harry Potter.
I am so Harry
Consistent
Potter.
with that.
I was laughing at me and Fran yesterday because we were watching it and we were just saying the words before they came out.
Love it.
But, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I
We were
love
just
it.
having a great time.
Yeah.
Being proper Harry Potter fans. I love it. It's just something so like
Can't beat it.
soothing and comforting about Harry
And
Potter.
can you believe that some people don't know, like haven't seen Harry Potter? Like,
Baffles
what
me how
are you
people
doing?
haven't-
I know.
I get really confused.
I love it.
Do you like Harry Potter?
I do like Harry Potter.
Do you?
Yeah, love it.
I love it when you
think,
watch
like-
it and it's like, you know, and you just notice stuff every time. It's something different you notice every time you watch it.
Yeah.
It's like there's something else that pops out to you.
Yeah,
Because
I
I
know
feel
what
like
you
there's just
mean.
that much going on in it. Do you know what I
I
mean?
like
Absolutely love
so when I was watching it yesterday, I was like, isn't it mad how shit actors they are? But they
When-
were only like
Yeah, when they were
kids.
younger.
The first
Oh,
one,
I
Michael,
think 10 out of 10 for their age.
Hermione
No,
is like
you need to go
so,
back.
Go
It's
back.
so bad.
Ron.
Love Ron.
Weasley.
Love Ron.
Obsessed with
He
Ron.
looks
One
like
of your
half
friends,
Eddie.
mate.
I feel like because he's
Same.
ginger, I can
Relate.
got a bond. with
Yeah,
him.
love Ron. Yeah, no, it's Harry Potter's great and it's very comforting, and I don't get people who don't like Harry Potter.
What a wild part of the podcast this
I
is.
know.
This
Do you
took a
remember in
mad
primary
turn.
school? Did anyone ever collect them Harry Potter coins?
No.
Would he chocolate? You know, like when, like, do you know what I mean?
When the Harry Potter films, so I was a little bit like into like collecting things. So I used to do like footy stickers. I used
Yeah,
to know
footy
every
stickers, yeah.
single
Yeah.
every
Pokemon.
single footy players and Pokemon. Like I used to like love all those types of things.
Yeah.
And when the Harry Potter films came out, you could get this like it was so cool. It was like obviously wasn't leather, but it was like a leather.
I know. I think I know what you're
You
on about
know,
now. Yeah.
And you put the coins
Yeah.
in the. Oh my god, I was.
Well, I remember the
obsessed
leather
with it.
thing, but I don't really remember the coins.
Yeah, I was obsessed with it. Anyway, we've gone on a mad tangent.
I know.
I'm consistent with watching Harry Potter. I watch it all the time. Every time I'm sick, bit
Same.
sad.
I'm consistent with the Real Housewives. till
What's
the
your
day I die.
favourite Harry Potter?
I go back and forth all the time, but I don't know what it is, but I love Goblet of Fire.
I love Goblet of
Love
Fire.
Goblet
No,
of
I
Fire.
like Deathly Hallows.
No,
I do, I like
I do like the
Hallows,
last Deathly
Um,
Hallows.
it's-
Wow,
the
that
Death-
is like.
But it's not my favourite.
So,
Wait, I might be getting confused though.
That's
is
the last one.
Oh,
Deathly
the-
Hallows is
No,
like an
what
out
a-
there
what
one. No
am
one has
I-
ever told
what
me
am
that's
I-
their favourite.
what one am I on about? With
Order of the Phoenix. Which one?
Order of the
I've got
Phoenix is
two.
sick.
I've got
I'm between
I've
them
got
two.
two. I've got one where one's that's a throwback when Mona Myrtle's in it. How long ago was that one?
That was Chamber of Secrets.
There's two.
Chamber
Mona-
of Secrets.
I
But Chamber
feel
of
like
Secrets
that-
was a bit too scary for me.
with Tom Riddle's diary.
Yeah, it's scary. Very
Right.
scary. And then I like, no, and me and my dad used to go to the pictures and watch Harry Potter together, and I'd sit on his knee crying my eyes out when Baltimore would come on the screen.
I was scared of
Baltimore
I was scared of
was
Dobby.
scary.
I was
I was more scared of Dobby than
Kira's Dobby.
when he banged his
I
head.
feel like I'm
No,
Dobby.
scary.
Keeks' Dobby. So what one do
The
you
one
like?
where they're in the water and
Goblet of Fire.
oh, okay, maybe not Deathly Hallows then. What's Deathly Hallows? The very end one when they're all around the rocks.
There's 2.
Yeah, there's
Oh, yeah,
definitely
no.
Halloween ones. I actually haven't watched
Schoolboy
them
Erin, that's definitely not that
consistently.
one.
I do like that. I do like the last one. I really do. I love the fighting.
After Dumbledore dies,
I think it all goes
That's
down
really
after that.
That's really
yeah.
sad.
So my favourite is either the Goblet of Fire or the Order of the Phoenix. Those ones go off.
I feel like
I do love Half-Blood Prince though, because I love when Harry's a bit like,
What's the one where
I
they
don't know,
play the
and
games in it?
he takes the liquid luck thing. Like I just
Yeah,
I love
Oh,
that.
yeah, that's funny. That one.
It's like
How good
Harry's
of an
off his
actor is he?
cake.
'Cause it's just not like that.
Harry's round the bend.
I feel like you don't realise until you're older that you like Order of the Phoenix and Half-Blood Prince until
Yeah.
you're older. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I feel like
What's the one where they play the games?
That's Goblet of Fire.
I just told you.
I don't think you're a Harry Potter fan.
I am, but like there's far too many to even. I'm not that. Maybe I'm a Harry Potter.
I
maybe
think
you're
we
not a
should
super fan.
medium.
You
Yeah,
are super
we're super
fans.
fans. We know all the
I
words to
absolutely
all the
love Harry
films.
Potter, but I'd know the words probably when I was watching it, but don't have a clue what
the
ones
calls
were.
It is a lot of names, but
It is.
I'm into it. So let's go back to consistency because that took a little bit of a mad tangent. Once you get me on Harry Potter, it's hard to get me off.
Michael just calls me a
really
ming
is.
every day for it, but
Does Michael not like Harry
no,
Potter?
we watched the whole thing when I first
Oh,
got
I
with
remember.
him.
I remember
No,
you
he just
saying.
like them. He likes it when it gets to Goblet of Fire and onwards.
Yeah. Oh.
Right.
Anyway, sorry. Right. If we've just bored you to death, I'm so sorry.
I reckon they're all secret super Harry Potter fans who's listening anyway.
I think if you're in our generation, you've got to be.
Yeah.
So consistency, what I've written down here is like that it's not fun and it's not exciting and that you need to celebrate the boring. So
Yeah.
like when I've got this client who is the definition of consistency. She won't give me any wins in the check-in. I have to like drag them out of her because she's like, why is it a win? It's something that I just expect of myself. And like, she's like, I feel really boring because I'm just doing all these things. And I'm like, well, that's great.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
you should feel bored of it because it should all just come to you. Like eventually, obviously within your first few weeks and your first few months, it takes effort, it feels hard.
Yeah.
But I think if it feels boring, you're in a really good place.
And that's like your lifestyle, they're your habits now. Like
Yeah.
you are there. Like
Yeah.
you are consistent.
It's like
Yeah.
I go through phases of being absolutely bored to death of doing a barbell back squat, but you best believe I'm still doing a barbell back squat every week.
Yeah.
Like, do you avoid them?
I haven't done them in a while. You've just seen my eyes roll
Yeah,
down.
you
haven't
went. I saw your brain think, when was the last time I did a barbell back
No,
squat?
you did
I
with me
don't-
the other time.
Yeah, I know. And I stuck to like me saying wait the whole time
On
because
a
I was
Monday.
dying of death.
Oh no, I was there. Was I?
No, this was 2 days. This was
And
yesterday.
this was Monday, and can I
Oh,
just
yeah, I
say,
watched
Charlotte, queen of consistency, my love.
she is.
Monday getting in because that's
That's
your
why.
routine.
Yeah.
That's why I
And
didn't
my-
feel bad for not doing it today because I was like, I know I had to get my check-ins done, needed to get shit done. So I'll get back to it tomorrow. But I done it yesterday and I'm proud
So
of myself.
I don't set the bar too high for myself. I'm struggling a little bit with the high rocks training. I'm not gonna lie. I was speaking to Fran about it before. I was like, I'm struggling. It's like because I can be so consistent with my 3 strength daily walk and like, the Sunday cardio or a run, depending on how I feel. But now I've got this high rock school, which is a very privileged place to be. Like, it's great that I can do this, like work towards this thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm like not naturally consistent at this new training regime, obviously because it's new.
Because it's new.
It's an
and
adjustment.
it's different to your
And I'm like,
routine that you
oh,
used
I've got to get up on Tuesday. I'm going to go for this run. Oh, shit, I've got to go for a run on Saturday. Oh, I've got to do engine on Sunday. And I'm like, I've increased it and I'm finding it hard. And there's like resistance there. So it is hard for me. And I think my body's finding it a little bit hard as well. I'm not going to lie. But I'm hoping that like with this effort and keeping on just being like, right, do the thing, like eventually it'll be like, I'll wake up on a Tuesday, be ready for a run.
Yeah.
And
it'll
I'll-
be more part of your routine then.
Yeah, and that it'll
Yeah.
feel more routine and that I won't feel as battered by Friday.
And it
so,
won't feel as hard the more you do it. The more
Exactly.
you do this every week,
Yeah.
it won't feel as hard in the end. So.
Yeah, exactly. So like even when you change routines, Like I was really in the swing of it. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, really easy. Get up, go to the gym, easy. Like takes no thought. I wake up, that's what I'm ready for. Like I felt well rested all of the time. But now that I've had a shift in routine and like I've increased the intensity with certain things, it's like, oh shit, here we go again. I'm like, it's like I feel like I'm a beginner again in some way, because it's like that hard bit, that sticky bit.
But it's nice for people to hear that though. Like when people think it's just easy, for us to know, oh, you love the gym and you just jump out. Like times are hard sometimes with it.
I
like,
know we're PTs, right? But I love being in the gym because I love all the girls in the gym. But
people have a false perception now. I think people have a false perception. Like we're waking up and we're eating chicken breast for breakfast, and we jump out and burpee down the stairs. And no, like when it's PT, we are normal people.
Not
like,
that ass. I just do it because I know that it
makes us feel good.
And also, we're not PTs because we're obsessed with the gym. No. We're PTs because we want to help women.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's
like if we were obsessed with the gym and we were obsessed with training, maybe we'd be athletes.
Yeah, people have this false perception though, and it's like that's why people are like, oh, it's so easy for you to be consistent. Like it takes time. It's not like we've just jumped up out of bed one day and been like, right, okay, this is my routine now. Yeah. You've just got to keep going and keep building them habits over time. Otherwise, you're not going to be consistent at all, are you?
I was waiting for that.
I hate the word consistent.
Oh, I never want to say it again in my life. But yeah, you're right. You're right. It's that like we're not obsessed with the gym, and I don't think any of our members are either. It's just like it is a tick box. It's like you get up, you brush your teeth every week, you wash your hair a couple of times. You've got like general day-to-day tasks, and also think of it like work tasks as well. Yeah. So obviously we have very different jobs than like people listening, but there'll be tasks that you have to do either every day or every week or every month that you have built a routine around doing.
Yeah.
So if you can do that, you can be routine with your health and fitness. Yeah. So you can build patterns of doing things that help you stay consistent. Mm-hmm. I was trying my best not to say it.
I think for your sanity, this is just the type of person I am, but I can't even say the word consistent one more time.
Think of something else. Say routine.
But like routine, I think if I don't have a routine, I would then be mentally unstable. So I feel like
that's a fact.
No, swear. Like that is swear.
For me.
So like when I'm not consistent, like when I say I'm not consistent, having a little break, like going on holiday and that, like when I come home, I'm back to it, do you know what I mean? But I feel like me being out of my routine really sometimes messes me up. Like I thrive like when I'm in a routine, and I feel like everyone does. I feel like everyone needs routine in their life. Like
human beings are creatures of habit.
Yeah. And I feel like I can't even say the word consistent anymore.
I think what you're trying to get at is and this is what is really, really important for people to understand, when you aren't showing up for yourself regularly, if you're not taking the time to do the things that you need to do to feel better and to take care of your body, you can't be like confident. You can't be like, well, maybe you can be, but I just feel like I feel proud of myself when I'm on it. Yeah. And I feel like just feel like I lose trust with myself when I cancel on myself.
I feel like your life feels better when you've got that routine and like stability.
I've had phases where like was really struggling mentally and stuff, and I'd be like, oh, I'm not going, I just don't feel up to it. Or I'm not going to go for a walk today, I just don't feel up to it. I had like a spell a couple of years ago of 2 weeks where I didn't even leave the house, and that's not like good. Like that didn't make me feel good. No. It made me feel worse. And then the longer you sit in it, the worse and worse it gets. And then I lost all like trust and all confidence in myself. And I had to build that up again by being like, I know I don't want to fucking go, but I'm going. I know I don't want to see anyone, but I'm going to anyway. And it's like, the more you show up, the more you prove to yourself that it does make you feel better. And then you build more self-trust, you build more confidence.
Yeah. And such a nice thing to feel proud of yourself for doing something that you didn't want to do.
And if you think about it, how many times if you have cancelled on yourself on the gym, how have you felt a couple of hours after it when you get home and you sat there and you're thinking, oh my God, why have I even done that?
Why have I done
like
that?
You feel worse for doing that than you would have actually doing it, and you would have felt unbelievable once you'd have finished, because you never feel bad for doing a workout.
Yeah, and you know what? I always like put it this way: if there's a difference between like making an excuse and having a genuine reason.
Yeah.
When you have like a genuine reason for example, so like last week, Thursday, Friday, my body was aching from head to toe. Like I had this weird little 48-hour flu. I was like not one bit guilty about not going for a walk. I didn't give a flying fuck that I didn't go to the gym. I mean, I actually wanted to go to the gym because in my head I felt okay, but my body wasn't. And I was like, because I've got a genuine reason. But when you make an excuse,
you've got that.
You feel like, it's
you
like
know
a
that,
little
I could have
letdown.
went. I could have went.
You let yourself down. It's like when you're really excited to see someone and they let you down. You're like, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? But you're doing that to yourself.
Yeah.
But people are doing it over and over and over and over again. And I feel like once you've done it once, that knocks people off because they're like, you've give yourself that way out now. You've let yourself down. Whereas what we need to do, what we need to get better at is picking yourself back up, right? It's okay that it slipped. It's okay that I didn't hold my boundaries with work or that I was having a bad day and I overate or I didn't go to the gym. It's okay that I let the weather stop me go for a walk. It's all right. But tomorrow, let's do this and like have some non-negotiables for the next day.
Yeah.
I think embrace that it's going to be hard. Embrace then it eventually does get boring.
Yeah.
Because I think what I found, like what I wanted to mention about this is we follow a really structured routine at the gym and online clients do as well. And what I get, like every time I post about this on social media, it's like, I'll say, your workouts are not meant to be different every week.
Yeah.
And then people message me like, yeah, but that's boring. And I'm like,
basic and boring is what you need. That's
and I'm like, but that is actually how results happen.
Yeah.
So, okay, it might feel boring for you to do the same workout for like 6 to 8 weeks. But isn't it boring not getting results? Isn't it boring not seeing progress?
Yeah.
I'd be bored to death of spending hours in the gym each week and not seeing any outcome for it.
Yeah.
Like, how do you progressively overload? How do you actually track your progress if you are not repeating
You can never
movements?
get better at anything if you're just doing it once and then going on to something new.
Yeah, like I'm not thrilled. Like, you don't have to be excited for this new workout every single time. It's not meant to be. We don't need to shock the body.
No.
We need to do repeatable routines over and over again.
And if you do something and you go, like I say with my clients, sometimes they go, oh, that was so hard, when they're a beginner.
Yeah.
But then over time, how rewarding is it over time to see how much progress you've made and how, how much fitter you're getting, stronger. If you're just winging it every week and not being consistent with the routine and, what you're doing, then you're never going to get to that point. You're always going to feel like a beginner.
Yeah,
You're always going to feel, fucked, out of breath. You're going to be like, oh, I can never do this. But if you're consistently doing it, then it's going to be easier, isn't it, over time?
Also, being repetitive is... It helps you feel more comfortable. So for example, if I had an online client and every single day I gave her a different workout, she'd be like, wow, my head's gone with the gym. I'm using a different piece of equipment. I've got to learn a different movement. And I was speaking to one of the new members. She had her first session at the gym today. I was speaking to her before and she went, yeah, I felt like, I didn't know where to stand and I didn't really know where everything was. And I was like, well, lucky for you, every Tuesday you go in, it's the same workout for the next, obviously we don't do it forever and ever, but for the next like 4 weeks. So you'll get used to where to go, what to do.
Yeah.
And like, that's something that actually people really love about Lift and Glow, I find.
Yeah.
And I think at first they think, oh, this is weird. But then they're like, I actually love this. I actually can
People
feel the benefit of it.
What they're going to be doing each week.
Yeah.
The unknown's scary, isn't it? So
to some people, but to other people, they're like, no, I want to. Like, I remember when
it's very common.
Yeah, well, when I used to go to different classes, it'd be like, and I remember this one when I was in a gym in Manchester. I used to go to the circuit, and it was the same circuit every week, and I'd be like, it's fucking boring this, and I was like, oh, it wins. It was just like, you can't just keep making up new exercises to keep it interesting for you.
Yeah.
And I go to my Monday night yoga. She does it so different to like other people who have been to. She does 4 weeks of the same flow, and over the 4 weeks, your body, it's like a dance. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like your body just starts getting used to moving, and you get into the positions, you start doing the balances better because you've had 4 weeks to learn. And then when you go to other classes, it's different every time. You're like, oh, I can't keep
building
up.
confidence that way, but in your yoga, you've probably built confidence in like certain movements and poses and stuff throughout it. And then that's like a feel good reward for people by the end of it. Like, I couldn't do that at the start in 4 weeks now. Like I can do it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And like on week 1, me and Fran will be like, fucking hell, this is complicated flow, this. And then by week 4, we're like, whoa, this is
yeah.
Literally, we
Proper
know what's
flowing.
coming
Yeah.
next. And I don't know, I just think that it's underrated, repetitiveness. And we were saying before about meals, and it actually took me back to last night. Last night, I had a big pile of cookbooks out, and I was just looking for recipes. And then when we started this conversation, I was like, why were you doing that? Like, just stick to the meals that you keep cooking for yourself. You know what's easy, you know what's
people
quick,
are
you know what's
scared of like
fueling you.
being boring and doing the same. And people go to me, I know, but I eat that all the time. And I go, do you enjoy it? And they go, yeah, carry on eating it then until you're bored of it. We always say that, don't we? Like, carry on eating something that works for you and you enjoy until you don't enjoy it. And then if you don't enjoy it, what are you eating it for?
It makes life so much easier. So me and our Mike always used to proper skip my mum, because my mum is like, she was went to the same office for 40 years, and she is just routine. She's the queen of routine.
Yeah.
And every week we'd have the same meals. Monday would always be like stir fry. Tuesday and like it would literally be the same every single week. I mean, oh my, like, oh, this is so boring. This is so boring. And she'd mix it up every now and again. But like, now I understand.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense. And it made her life easier as well.
Yeah, like she was a single mom. Her food shop was the same every single week. She got home from work at the same time each day, knew what meals she could cook within half an hour.
Yeah.
Like, she knew what we liked.
Yeah.
She had to feed the three of us stuff that we all enjoyed. Slight bits of variety. Like, sometimes it'd be chicken stir fry, sometimes it'd be pork. You know what I mean? Things like that. But now I get it. And I'm like, but when
that's
I was
a woman
kid,
who had her shit together, that's what I think.
I know.
Like,
Idol.
literally.
I know. And I just think that it makes so much sense. If you are someone who's busy and stretched for time, for example, a single mum, or someone who works like mad hours or whatever, or not a single mum, maybe you take the reins on everything. Be routine. Like, I don't even have to take a shopping list to the supermarket, because I get the same stuff. Every week I do a mini roast. Every week I do minced beef with something. And I just think,
makes your life easier though, doesn't it?
So easy.
Yeah. So why are we complicating everything? Yeah.
It's okay to eat the same breakfast every day.
Yeah.
It's actually great.
I love it.
Until you get bored.
Until you get bored.
If you get bored.
I'm at a wall now, can't lie.
What are you at a wall with?
What I've had since for about 5 years. My fruit granola and my yogurt.
Yeah.
I'm done with that.
It gets to winter and I'm not into fruit and yogurt.
I feel like it's the porridge change.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I just haven't found a way to make porridge high protein. Can't have whey protein.
You've got to just have your porridge and then maybe a yogurt with it. But
I know.
It's hard to have it
I know.
without the whey protein.
So I just have cold chicken sausages.
Chicken sausages.
I literally prep a thing of chicken sausages and I just
That's a
nail
good
them.
idea. So porridge and then some chicken sausages with it.
Yeah, you could do.
I'm gonna do that.
I have
literally
chicken
just gave
sausages
me
and
an
a
idea.
banana.
It's just made me
That's
feel
my
a little
thing.
bit sick.
Did you get the
picturing I've eaten porridge and then cold chicken sausages after it.
No, I'll have porridge,
Chicken
swell my mouth
sausages.
out.
No, I
have a
mean I
coffee and then
like
have my chicken
but
sausages.
I'm not putting.
If I was you, I'd eat the chicken sausages first and then your porridge is your dessert.
That's a good idea.
I love a little
It's a good idea,
thing
actually.
of dark chocolate in my warm porridge and then just let it
I
melt.
used to do
A
that.
little bit of honey, sort of some fruit.
I used to love that when you used to do that, you know. I used to love it when you used to make your big doats and your precious spoon and then it'd go.
I haven't made that in ages.
I ruined mine ever since you gave me your recipe though.
Well, it's got to be wet.
Yeah, but it was like too wet and I like... Not
like
even
it wet.
gonna get... Yeah, I like it saucy.
Saucy.
I'm not sure that was better.
Yeah, no. But yeah, yours is too wet.
Mine's too moist.
What a horrible word.
You know what? I think maybe you didn't cook it for long enough then.
Yeah, I liked
every
it when it
oven's
was a bit
different,
cakey,
isn't
I
it?
think.
Yeah,
and then
cakey.
you'd have the Biscoff or peanut butter in it and
sexy.
it went everywhere. But yeah, yours was just a bit like soup. It probably definitely went to cook your recipe like.
Right. I've written down here, building an identity around being consistent. So, what do I mean by that? Any idea?
Build a human around identity.
So,
Like your perfect, consistent human.
Yeah, so what I find is people really like struggle with who they believe they are. Okay, so like you could be, so this is something that I used to say to myself, I'm just someone who when I go to a restaurant I have to eat everything that's on the plate. Or like I'm just someone who isn't consistent. I'm just someone who is all or nothing. I'm just someone who, when there's chocolate in the house, I have to eat every last bit of it. Or I'm just someone who opens a packet of biscuits and eats every last bit of it. Like, they identify with that behavior. So they believe it's them. They don't see it as,
something
this
that
is
can
just
be
something
changed.
that
That's
I'm
just
doing.
me as a person.
They think it's them. So one thing that I find really helpful when I'm speaking to clients is start telling yourself and identifying with being a consistent person.
Yeah.
So this worked for me because I was just like, I'm just someone who's low in so I thought I had no discipline whatsoever. I thought that I could start stuff but I could never finish it,
Yeah.
and that I could never stick at anything. That was just a story I told myself. And then I read this book and it was all about seeing self-discipline as a muscle, as something that you train, and like by doing things each day you train that muscle and you become someone who, like, people around me will say I'm disciplined, but I wasn't always like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was the complete opposite. And still now probably struggle to do it, but it's like a muscle that you build. Yeah. And I think people think that they are stuck. Like, they've been told maybe by someone, or they've told a story to themselves that they can't be consistent, or that
wrote themselves
they're
off
all or
then.
nothing, or that they're a perfectionist. That's the biggest identity that so many people get. I'm a perfectionist. I'm a perfectionist, or I'm a people pleaser. I'm a people pleaser. You don't always have to be.
Yeah.
Like Sammy was saying about being a people
said,
pleaser, wasn't she? And she said that now she started to say,
work on it.
no, like, I'm setting boundaries and that type of thing. So just because you identify as struggling with something doesn't mean you have to accept that identity, and you can actually make the shift by just telling yourself, no, I'm consistent. So that's what I used to do. I'd be like, no, you've got self-discipline, you're going to go to the gym.
Yeah.
So yours could be like anyone else is listening to this who's struggling with consistency. If you're like, oh, I've been to the gym once, but I really don't want to go today, you'd be like, no, I'm going to go because I'm consistent.
Yeah.
And it's like this little mantra
really
that you have in your head of like, I'm a consistent person, and if I do this, I'm going to prove to myself that that's true, so I'm going to do it.
It's like you're manifesting the person you want to become.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is.
It literally is that.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is, because all you're doing when you're manifesting is basically saying you want an outcome, and then so like I'm basically declaring that to yourself, and it's not just believing in it, it's taking the actions required to do it.
Yeah.
So you can't just say, I want to open a business and then do fuck all about it. You have to, you're manifesting it by saying, I want to open a business. You're making that like something that you can envision. And then you obviously have to take the steps to do
get
it.
there, yeah.
So it's the same thing. It's like, if you want to be consistent, if you want to manifest yourself, if that's something that works for you, like that language, if you want to manifest becoming a consistent person, tell yourself every day that you're a consistent person and do the things that will make you consistent.
Yeah. You can't sit on the couch or sit in bed all day and say, oh,
I want to be consistent.
I want to be the fittest, strongest person ever, and sit there and do absolutely fuck all. Like
telling yourself lies.
Yeah, yeah.
Which just breaks your trust.
But
and
if
your
you want to do that,
more.
then get up and go and do the things that you need to do to get there, then, isn't it?
I think if you say to yourself you want something, if you set yourself a goal, or you set yourself like if you, like, I remember the day I sat on a beach where I was like, I am finally going to become consistent with the gym. I am never going to have like 6 months off the gym again. Never. And I remember that day, and I've fully stuck to it since then. I had to like literally say that that's it now. I'm sick of feeling like this. I am never stopping again.
Yeah.
And then I had to actually do the thing. So it's no good saying I want to be healthy and I want to be fit and I want to feel good in my clothes, and then just quitting on yourself every single time.
Cycle of disappointment in yourself, and them. You don't want to feel like that.
Yeah,
and you don't want to let yourself down.
Yeah, and just because it gets a little bit hard doesn't mean that you should quit.
No.
Just because you get a little bit bored doesn't mean you should quit. It's actually a sign that you need to keep on going.
Keep going, yeah.
What do we think kills consistency apart from, let's say, apart from like the odd little blip or whatever? What do you think that people should be wary of if they want to be consistent? Like, what do you think they should be wary of?
I think that like we mentioned motivation earlier on, but I feel like motivation can kill consistency, because I feel like you're always like, people are always relying on the motivation to be consistent. So, you know, every day, like I think you've said in the past something about, you know, you're not motivated to go and brush your teeth. And like you've said that quite a bit, haven't you? And like we actually aren't, but these things are things that we need to do to be consistent, to stay healthy and look after our body.
Basic self-care.
Basics, yeah. So see that, like going to the gym, like planning your meals, planning your walks, see that as basic self-care. And if you're you know, we're not going to jump up out the bed every single day and go, yes, I can't wait to go and do this 6 a.m. workout. Can't wait to prep my meals on a Sunday night. Like, we're not going to have that motivation all the time. So get that narrative out your head, because motivation will kill consistency. That's what I think.
Yeah. What do you think? Things that could kill
Not
consistency?
seeing a difference like straight away,
Yeah.
or feeling like
Lack
feel
of
like that-
patience.
yeah, no patience whatsoever. Feel like people just expect, because they've started it, they're gonna see it in like a week or two, when it's not. It like takes a long time to start to see a difference in yourself.
Yeah. Expecting things too quick. Like,
Yeah.
that's exactly
This
what
day and age, isn't it? Yeah.
That's exactly what I've put, like quick fixes. So meal replacements, low calorie diets, these intense
All or
7
nothing
day a week
things, yeah.
programs, 20K step targets, anything that is mega intense is going to kill your consistency. You're
Yeah.
going to fail at it you might be able to do it for 3 weeks. You might be able to do it for 4 weeks, but then something in life will happen
It's not
and
sustainable.
you'll lose the plot, and
Yeah.
it won't be able to, and it'll be so hard to keep going as well, like
Yeah.
to get back to it. I always say to clients when I'm building them out like a personalized program, it'll be like, what realistically can you stick to on your shittest week? Say that your kids are sick, or it's parents' evening, or like on like a really rough week, what is like the most that you could do? And I just think that's the bar that you set at first, and then from there you can increase.
Anything more is a bonus then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like with calorie targets, like we don't set calorie targets the lowest that we can. We set them the highest that we can. And then if we need to drop, we'll drop.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think like quick fixes, I think that you're right with like the impatience and like the unrealistic expectations. So I'm not really into like this 28-day challenge made my client lose a stone.
Yeah.
Because I then feel like,
What happens after that?
It's what happened during that, because maybe that client was a 21-year-old with no kids and all the time in the world. And then you've got a mum of 3 who really needs or wants to lose a stone, thinking that she can do it in 4 weeks when realistically she can't.
No,
like,
because it's completely different worlds.
Yeah,
Really
and you've
apart
got
on
like unrealistic expectations of how your journey should look because you're comparing it to other people's.
Yeah.
Your version of, you know, building a healthy life and being able to be consistent is totally different.
Yeah.
What I used to do when I was 21 is different than what I do now.
Yeah.
Like,
everyone's got different lives, haven't they? It's like
Yeah.
me and us 3 couldn't train at the same time and do all the things that we do at the same
because
time.
our routines are different.
Exactly.
I couldn't go out like you go out,
Yeah.
like you can.
I don't think I can anymore.
I don't think I can anymore.
No, I feel like I die. Although the wedding, I was so shocked how I just
You had
managed
a
to
good
crack
go.
on.
Yeah,
6
it was
days.
the adrenaline, the excitement,
6
I think.
days of heavy drinking.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, are you really gutted it's over? And I'm like, no.
See,
Yeah.
I told you that. I told you the key is to just keep going.
No, I think it is. I think the best thing I
Be
did.
consistent. Yeah. Be consistent with
Consistently
the drinking.
drink every single day for 6 days. Do we have any practical tools that will help with staying consistent?
Get a PT.
Yeah.
Get a coach.
Get a PT.
Get someone
a
to
coach.
hold you accountable, like when you are making them excuses, and you know it is easy to make them excuses, like you said. There's different like genuine reasons and that, but a lot of the time, you know, I've been there back in the day, like making excuses, but then I would believe them excuses, and I would like you know, like, does that make sense? So
I fully get this. So I actually had a conversation with a client about this today. She kept excusing little things. She was like, I had this bit of cake, but I let myself because of this. And
There's
there was
always
one of
it, yeah.
those, there was a note from every day. She's taking photos of food. And there was a note from like nearly every little thing. And she was all these little, like, I was like, you're making excuses for yourself and you don't even realize
yeah.
that you're just letting yourself off with
Yeah.
all these little things, which actually do become big things.
They all add up to be the big things, but then when you've got someone there holding you accountable,
Well, because I've called her
makes
out
a
on them,
huge-
she's like,
yeah, you
"Oh,
need that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting a coach is, so someone said to me today, I know exactly what to do. Like, I listened to the podcast and you've given all the tips, but I'm just not doing it. And I'm like, well, you're in the perfect place. Like, you need accountability.
Yeah.
You need support. I think for me, Fran holds me really accountable. I hold him accountable. And I think just being part of Lift and Glow, like, really keeps you accountable. And I know it does with us as well, doesn't it? Like,
100%.
you know,
Yeah.
if your name's on the list, you're like, oh, need to go.
Yeah.
Or even just doing this job, I think there's a certain level of accountability that comes with it because you've got to lead by example, haven't you?
1,000%. Yeah.
So getting a coach. Anything else?
I always plan my week on Sunday, and like
Sammy's got into this now as well.
Swear
Seen it
by
on his
this, like
story.
if I do not plan my week out, like clearly again I'm mentally unstable. Like I
No,
cannot
you're
go
not.
for it. No, like
It's normal.
no. I mean,
Oh,
if
if
I
you
don't
can't
do
plan,
it,
yeah,
like
same.
my week's gone to shit. Like
Same.
it like will really stress me out. So having routine every Sunday, I'll make sure I pre-book my classes. I like doing my Monday one, my Wednesday one. That's like my routine.
Yeah.
7 a.m. always book on. And then Friday's my new one at 12:30, and that's like me consistency. And but I feel like planning my meals for the week on a Sunday, if like I haven't got the food in that I need, I'll go into my food shop every Sunday, make sure I've got it in. My meals, even my walks. I've actually said in the group chat yesterday to the girls, I was like, girls, I can't do this last minute stuff anymore. So we're going on walks, but is anyone free this day, this time? And I've booked in my walks for the week.
Love that.
Just to be consistent with it. And
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, if you're someone who needs that routine, do it every Sunday.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
book it in.
I call
Pre-book
this,
things, don't wing it.
Yeah.
Right, because then you won't want to cancel. Then you've already, and for people as well, sometimes it costs money to like book on classes, or like, you know, you don't want to let a PT down, or, you know, you don't want your name to be called out on the Lift and Glow
Do you want to be
list.
tagged?
Yeah, but don't wing it and book it last minute, because if you've got that excuse in your head,
You
the
won't go.
excuse will always win.
100%.
Yeah.
I call this the Sunday setup.
Yeah.
So I set myself up every Sunday, and I don't even see it as work. I see it as like sanity.
That's
So
it,
on a
yeah.
Sunday, I always wake up earlier than Fran, and obviously I teach in the gym and train. So like I'll just wake up and I just look at my week, and I'm like, what's it looking like? What do I need to book in? What do I need to do today?
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, if we've got podcasts booked in, if I've got calls booked in, if there's certain things I need to do, I book me Lift and Glow classes.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just setting yourself up for the week, isn't it? And
Yeah.
just making sure that you have like you know where you're going to be all the time.
And a little tip, obviously, that you've said plenty of times is, like, obviously, if you've got a work diary, you would never miss like a very important meeting, would you, or anything? So, or like an important call. So make sure that on your Sunday setup, make sure that you're putting in your walks, you're putting in your workouts as if it's like a very, very important meeting with your manager.
Yeah.
But you are the manager.
Yeah.
Don't miss it.
Well,
Yeah.
Google, this is what Emma said to me years ago. You're not very good at managing your time. So Google Calendar is your manager. So
Yeah.
like if Google Calendar says you're going to the gym, you go to the gym.
Yeah.
If Google Calendar says you've got this block of creating content, that's what you do.
Yeah.
And like, it's because in the logical you, so this is what we've got to remember when we have these moments of calm, for example, during this Sunday setup, you're being logical and you're like, this is the best way for me to use my time. So you put all those tasks in, or you
Yeah.
put those walks in. You're like, that's going to really benefit me. I'm going to eat my lunch, then I'm going to go for a walk. That's going to feel great. In the chaos of the week, it can feel hard to stick at it because you're like, oh, but I've got this, and someone's WhatsApped, and then you end up in a voice note conversation that takes 20 minutes out of your day, and you get distracted from the actual plan. So it's up to you, once you've made the plan, to stick to it as much as you can. Obviously things come up, maybe you've got to pick your kids up from school or something, and that's okay. It's just about readjusting things. But having a plan, trying your best to stick to it, and then not beating yourself up when you don't
is key.
Oh, it's like, I think like Sammy thinks I'm she messaged Fran the other day because Fran said he doesn't plan his week. He's not very organised. He doesn't need to. He's in an 8 till 4, a 7 till 4 job. Doesn't need to plan anything. He knows when he's going to the gym every single week. And she was like, but you're married to the queen of organisation. And Fran's like, Sammy thinks you're organised. And I was like, she doesn't realise how much effort it takes for me to be organised. I'm not like naturally organised.
No.
It's like a skill. It's like discipline. It's like everything is a skill, isn't it?
Yeah.
So practical tools that I think is, we've mentioned planning, we've mentioned accountability. You tick them off without even seeing what I've written. And the other thing was like habit tracking.
Yeah.
Like little tick box things.
Yeah.
Now this doesn't necessarily work for me, but it works so well for my clients. And it's just like ticking. And this worked. I remember my dad quit smoking when he was 40, right? And he just went from like 60 a day to nothing. And I still remember the calendar on the fridge and it just being a tick every day for 100 days or whatever it was. So like that really worked because it was like something visual. So you could do like a visual thing like that. But obviously we didn't have technology 20 5 years ago. We're not that level anyway. So you've got like accountability things on your app, like habit trackers in the Lift and Glow app, in like Coach's app. There's like habits that you can tick off and build up streaks.
Yeah.
And like some of my clients love that.
They thrive off
Thrive off it. They don't want to break the streak.
The rewards of ticking it off. Like,
and they don't want to break the streak if they've got like a 20-day streak of like getting the 5 fruit and veg in.
Just like a visual thing, isn't it? To like see and be like, yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah. Even though you have done it, just having that little extra thing to show.
And it doesn't mean to be like you have to train every day or you have to, they're like really doable things like 5 fruit and veg or, 3 meals a day, like things that are actually doable in every day. And so I think that really helps as well. And I think tracking workouts really helps with consistency because you want to beat your numbers. I actually am quite competitive. So I want to run faster. So I fucking love Strava. Spend so much time on Strava. I love seeing that I've got little PBs on the app. Like I partnered with Alison the other day. She made me squat really heavy. And like just those types of things can really help with like practical
and like
tools.
the wins and stuff each week to help you stay consistent.
It's just celebrating them little things. So I think in general, consistency makes life easier.
Yes, definitely.
It's just a bit of a struggle to get there and it takes a bit of time. You got to be patient with yourself. But the reward is always results.
Yeah, that's it.
You don't ever regret being consistent at taking care of yourself. So it's worth putting in the effort for.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks for listening to the Lift and Glow Fitness podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe so that you don't miss any future podcasts from us.